Well, check on the recorded episode or go here on YouTube. There we go. Now I can hear it. Yep. We're a well-oiled machine here. Not anymore. Close out this web page and make sure. No, I can hear you. I just can't hear it on Facebook. Testing it right now. Yeah, so we don't have this sound, the system sound on. So yeah, it is just you guys. Man, that sucks.
Hello.
Hi, peoples.
Hello.
Mic audio only, not desktop.
Yeah, how am I supposed to know this?
So, welcome, guys.
Yeah, we got a show about stuff.
So, now everybody should be able to hear everybody. That is on me for not doing a sound check and even looking in that general direction. Welcome. This is Perch Hangers and Wall Hangers Media Network, 270th podcast, if you could fucking believe it. We already did like an hour of this shit that nobody can hear. Actually, I was recording all that, and nobody could hear any of it.
We got this pantomime bit at the end. You're gonna love it.
Yeah.
But they can only hear me. That was the weird thing.
Yeah.
No, that was just recently
That was the
because
same thing that
Yeah,
happened.
that
at
was-
he turned on
Catalina
the
other
desktop, which you're going through the desktop, and that wasn't capturing our voice. So that's what that is. Anyway, we're talking X-Men
They don't need to know
1997. That was the current story. One Piece was before that. You don't have to give a shit about One Piece. That's
All right,
pretty
so
much
we
what
talked
got.
about X-Men 97, the iconic song, the amazing storytelling, and on to the next story.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, 4 a.m. comes real early in the morning.
So,
Yes, it does.
Disney Plus Day also brought us a trailer for Moon Knight, which we will see here. Once again, thank you, Matthew Kennedy, for
God bless Oscar Isaac.
Which, we have done entire episodes.
yeah, quiet. This would have been like one of the
Completely
ones that makes my stomach
and
churn.
utterly quiet.
And now
But
we're
you
Editing
would've-
would have been a breeze for you, though.
You would
It
have
would
had
have
a
been a
lot of,
breeze.
yeah, I was gonna say that.
I would have had a lot of time on my hands. But here we see Oscar Isaac
Get that
in
gaming done.
in the trailer, first trailer we see for Moon Knight, which looks really fucking good. We see Moon Knight in his outfit. He's jumping between city streets, which damn, he's been fucking in the gym, man. He's been working out.
That trailer was shit.
Yeah, it was short. It's just a little bit. There's a little bit dialogue here setting
A
up
little
this guy.
snippet.
you know, and you see a little bit of him. He's got psychosis. He's got the multiple personality disorder. We've already talked about that in the past. I'm really excited. The look of Moon Knight that you get in this is very short, but it's also like this is the next series. This is the next thing that we're going to get from Marvel that is going to, you know, really this is the next character, you know. We got Shang-Chi. We got Eternals. I still got to get out and see Eternals, but I might actually just let that one roll to the plus and get excited for Spider-Man.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I will say we reported last week on Disney Plus putting the IMAX stuff out.
Yeah. How did that go? I didn't get a chance to watch any of it.
I started if at anything, Thor Ragnarok. IMAX experience.
Ooh, okay.
That changes just that little bit extra on the top and bottom changes the whole experience. I will say,
Okay.
like, because you get to see like when they went to standard versus like the big scenes. Oh my god, it looked beautiful.
That's
And
awesome.
Yeah, and with that Govee lighting in the back of the TV, it makes it look fucking amazing.
We might have to check out a fucking
Yeah.
Marvel movie in
It's-
IMAX
it's
on
all
the
the
TV
difference.
because that lighting, dude. Oh my god, I love the LED lighting behind the TV.
I know what to pick
Yes.
them or what.
Big Brother finds these things that are just gems on the internet, and that has just increased our TV watching experience like tenfold.
Seriously, you don't.
They
You're
sell,
not watching
They
TV.
sell
and
also
seeing
the
one of these
Govee
things.
bars
Oh yeah,
that
you can put on.
you can put
sides,
on there
around the
and
room.
stream it out too. It's awesome.
Oh man, God, we need them as a sponsor. I love their fucking product.
All right, well,
Well, enough of
Yeah,
that.
call
until they
us.
Pay. Yeah, give us a call.
Yeah, but Moon Knight has a lot of promise. I love Oscar Isaac as Mark Spector in the Marvel universe. He's pretty much Moon Knight was Marvel's answer to Batman. And what did they do?
Oscar
they gave
Isaac
him
was good
schizophrenia.
in Dune, so he was really solid in Dune.
I gotta rewatch that because I fell the fuck asleep. And that's nothing against Dune. I was really fucking tired, but I do want to rewatch.
Yeah,
that.
don't watch a 2.5 movie when you're on.
Yeah, he
4 hours of
loved
sleep.
the first 10 minutes, but I watched it and thought it was fantastic.
I remember hearing him saying, "Holy shit, you see it?" No, you didn't. You're asleep. And then that was it. I was out. Woke up and
Oh, yeah.
edited the podcast.
On to
So
the next story.
the next story is going to be even more buff than this because we get a trailer for Tatiana Maslany's Jade Hero, the Hulk. And they got like this little retro kind of Bruce Banner look in the trailer icon. But
All right.
we see it's once again a short trailer. You know, they can't give us anything goddamn long. This is Jennifer Walters going through her day. Hulk here is explaining, hey, this process, it's not, you know, perfect, but hey, you're going to turn green. So that's how she turns into the She-Hulk. We're getting this entire series. Mark Ruffalo, we're getting her. It's going to be the comedic kind of, you know, take on the Marvel Universe, which I think we need. It's what was great about Ant-Man. It was just funny, but it still had this is my story and tone, and these characters are still progressing, but there's a lot of funny in there.
They
That's
got a
why I see
little.
this.
They got a little. You know, with She-Hulk, they have the silhouette of the number 4 with the H. Could that be Italian?
No, I think I would love
I
to
think that's
hope
just
so.
bad placement.
I think that's just we wanted a hyphen, we wanted a backslash, and we're gonna work it into the characters. I don't think that's alluding to the 4. I think that's a little bit Reddit, maybe
Come
even
on,
dare I.
Marvel! You had it.
It's a little bit Reddit, dare I say, even 4chan of you for even suggesting.
Watch it be the truth.
Reed Richards shows up in fucking
You
She-Hulk.
heard it here first.
And old man stands up like, fuck you, yeah!
I knew it.
So,
Toss table.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love to see the first family, but we would have already heard official casting because look at what we just got our first stuff from She-Hulk and Moon Knight now. You know, we got a little glimpse of Spider-Man No Way Home now. We knew the casting for that at least a year in advance on all of it.
Yep.
So I think we're going to hear about who they cast as Reed Richards and Susan Storm first. You know, Marvel's first family. They're going to fucking tell you, you know? I don't think they're just going to slip it in one night. I mean, they might, but I think just along the lines of their behavior before, they're probably going to let it out and let it slip. And it's probably just fucking John Krasinski and Emily Blunt. They just haven't talked to him yet or have him under an NDA.
Yeah, that's probably what they're doing.
So, on that bombshell, we will see how She-Hulk turns out in, of course, when it drops on the Disney Pluses sometime next year, 2022. But another thing we got a brief look at was Ms. Marvel. Ms. Marvel was supposed to come out.
Thank you for the love, Matt. Thank you for the love, Mr. Kennedy.
We love you, Matt. Thank you so much for helping. And we need you on the podcast again soon.
In fact, you could just jump right in.
He can send you the link and you can jump in if you want. Thank you for joining. So Ms. Marvel shows us a brief look at her new show in the trailer below. Ms. Marvel, we were supposed to get sometime this year, they first announced, but now they're saying it's going to be next year, probably in the beginning half, but we got to wait until then. Still kind of looks like they're not really going comic version of Ms. Marvel, which, I mean, as long as the show and the story is fine, I'm fine with it, you know?
Yeah, as long as the basic principle and the premise of the show is met, I'll be fine with it.
Now, maybe they want to give her more Captain Marvel-like powers. I'm fine with that. Her name's Ms. Marvel, you know? She was just in Biggin. She was awesome to play as in Marvel's Avengers. Just a badass fucking character to play as. So I do love the classic Ms. Marvel, and I read the first 2 volumes of her comics. So they're really good, but I don't know. I'm gonna wait to see how this one turns out. You know, it's gonna come out beginning half of 2022. But you know, I'm a Vellani. Welcome in the Marvel universe. You know, I want to see how this plays out. She's a young Avenger, going to be a bigger role in the future.
She does the character right, I will have no problem.
Do you want her to like become? I figure they're just gonna have her become her like character Ms. Marvel by the end of the first season, and then second season it's gonna be like, oh, what Avengers? That's crazy.
No, I think Ms. Marvel should be at like episode 2 of the second season. She's like, we need to see like what happened with like how she got her powers and all this. Like that story can be brought along.
Yeah. I mean, there's obviously going to be a Terrigen Mist. So how long before we get Inhumans? Because they originally announced a movie, but then they like went back on that. Like, nah, fuck that. Never mind. Because they could, the show was awful. We'll put it that way.
Mm-hmm. That's an accurate description.
The show is just terrible.
Yeah.
You take Medusa with her power is like, oh, her hair, you know, she could control it. What do? Let's get rid of that shit. And you don't even take it like, oh yeah, 5 years later, and her hair is like doing shit else. No, that's it. She's just fucking useless after that. Like no superpower wise. I'm sure she's a great person, but that, you know, like that was a stupid part of the story. And then you had
That's not the hair she's controlling.
And then you had that one bastard from fucking Winterhold as you know, Black Bolt's brother. I wasn't a big fan of him as Maximus.
Yeah, I mean,
the casting. I gave the show a chance in the first season.
It's the beautiful thing about having a multiverse is like, oh, that was just a shit verse.
Yeah. Because that was almost Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They didn't tie any of that in. They were like, no, do your thing. Do your thing over there. No, it's fine. Don't mention us. Just do your thing. Build it up. That's not going anywhere. You know, that's the way I kind of saw that. But, I mean.
Until the next story.
Yeah. We'll have to see how that turns out. Because this is just a brief one. Because it's just some of the other stuff that they did announce on Disney Plus. We're just mainly going for the big picture. The next story. There we go. Because we're mainly going for the pitcher here. On top of X-Men 97, they also announced the Echo series, a new Spider-Man series, which is way too small for me. Maybe Big Brother can see it. At the top.
Ironheart, Marvel Zombies, Agatha.
Yeah, Agatha,
House of Harkness.
Marvel Zombies, She-Hulk. Big Brother, what's the Spider-Man in the top corner?
Freshman year.
Oh, freshman year. I think that's the animated
year.
one. House of Harkness as a TV series, dope. Marvel Zombies, you knew that was fucking coming after the What If. Obviously, What If Season 2, Moon Knight, Ms. Marvel, we already talked about. Ironheart, Secret Invasion, and I Am Groot. They were like little pictures. It's just fucking pictures of the characters.
The Agatha Harkness, do you think that character, the way Catherine Hahn presented that role in WandaVision, kind of gave Disney and say, yeah, we could do a show about this?
I think it was Catherine Hahn that actually made that fucking TV series possible, is that she dominated that role. Because Agatha Harkness, I mean, it's one of those shows to where at first glance, some people may say like, oh, do we need this? But we said that about WandaVision. We said that about Aquaman. Like I said in the previous, we've said that about different properties before. Do I really need this movie? And then it turns out to be fucking gold. That's one I would put my money on, is House of Harkness, because Catherine Hahn.
I'm with you there.
My God, she's gonna dominate that.
Catherine Hahn did it. The way she presented that character, and that FU moment of like, it was kind of like reminiscent of like BioShock with Andrew Ryan. Of like, would you kindly?
Yeah, it was
something. It was very, very close to that. And when she revealed of like, instead of being the helper, or being, the submissive one on it, she was the one pulling all the strings from the get go.
Yeah. Well,
so
she also in WandaVision kind of seemed like, oh, hey, I'll help you out, dear. Don't worry, I'm your buddy, because it was that sitcom-y feel. But it was really, that's what really sold the whole. I was actually fucking shit up, because it was like, it's Mephisto, and then it's Agatha all along. That's why that song really fucking resonated. They were like, you dumb fuck. No, it wasn't her. So it's these shows. Secret Invasion, love that one. I think with Samuel L. Jackson and the people they have in that's going to be great. Ironheart, along with, I find it interesting that now they probably push back the Armor Wars series with Don Cheadle, because I don't see that in here. That's probably going to be later on in the slate, because they're saying Blade's going to show up in Moon Knight. And now, different people are going to be showing up in these series as well. So, like, Tim Roth is going to be in She-Hulk. He's already confirmed for that. And
he's reprising his role from the 08 Hulk.
Florence Pugh is going to be in Hawkeye, That crazy bitch. That's going to be a great series. I can't wait for that. Next week.
Now that Disney and Scarlett Johansson settled.
Oh, no way. Settlement, huh?
Oh, yeah. You imagine that. That word that they don't like to do. It's called settlement.
Oh,
it's called caving in.
I was never going to see a day in a courtroom. I guarantee you they were going to settle all along. Like, all right, what are we settling at?
And then what else? I think we're ready for the next story.
Yeah, because it is our ad segment, of course, which is the thing I wanted to highlight. It is the Podcast for Cancer, a fundraiser for Jake Long. You're going to be able to see this well-polished machine. Talking about...
Might be able to hear us, too.
Talking about all of our craziness up there, and we're going to keep it in line with the whole event and everything. It's a very, very flattering opportunity, and we're definitely going to come in there with our A game. We want everybody to go over there. You can go to pay for your ticket, or if you just can't make it to the event and you still want to donate, you can hop over to Venmo and
Venmo at OCNS-donations. and they will be able to facilitate that for you. So
Yeah, man. Jake
Matt and I
Long
have
needs it.
mutual friends with Jesse Bell. He's part of
Yes.
the Old City Sports Network. He I've been assisting him in various other endeavors with his podcast company, and he's reached out to us. If we wanted to do a show, we agreed. We're going to have Mr. Frank Percy on our
Frank
sitting at the table
One
with us.
Punch Percy.
Yes, Frank One Punch Percy. And we're just gonna have a good time. We're gonna try to raise some money for for Jake Long.
Yeah, man, that's what it's all about, because fuck cancer.
Yep.
That's the
Pretty
overall
much.
underlying theme here. Fuck cancer. We're going to help out Jake. We're going to do everything that we can, the tiny little machine that we are. And, we obviously really see this as a golden opportunity to help somebody and also talk Walljanger stuff with other Purjangers. So if you want to hop out to the event, hop on over to Venmo, send your support and your love, because Jake definitely needs it. Cancer's a bitch, and fuck it. That's why. Another thing you're going to want to fuck, that's this next story. All right. Well,
Really?
maybe only some of our audience. According to Spotify, 0%. But the first look at the live-action Halo TV series, we have Big Brother's favorite, a very short trailer.
Really? With this? Could we get off my lap?
We could. We could definitely get off
I
your
was
lap
talking to the dog.
if we could see where you are.
Dog. I was talking.
That was a good segue.
But here we see
The
Halo.
back of his head.
Halo series. If you scroll
Wow,
back.
that's a really
scroll.
detail. We're gonna go through it frame by frame.
Yeah, scroll back here. We see obviously Master Chief. He has some scars on his back here, but they also have a little bit of detail, because after this scene, they go into showing some of the Master Chief armor and what he's actually wearing, if you were, right here. Got the gloves, the classic 117 right there on the collar, popping on the helmet. We got a fucking Master Chief, and I mean, goddamn, it really makes it tempting to go to Paramount Plus, because that's where you're going to have to go to find it. They ordered a first look at the much-awaited live-action series of Halo that is expected to premiere in 2022. The 27-second-long teaser trailer was shared by the streaming service on its social media channels to mark the 20th anniversary of Xbox and the iconic Halo franchise. So, God, man,
I got
fucking
you.
Xbox, 20 years?
20 years
I
to 2
remember.
days ago.
When Xbox came into it and they announced a console, and Bill Gates came out with The Rock like, hey, we got a console. And I'm just like, fuck that thing. You're not Nintendo. You're not PlayStation. They're not Dreamcast. Who the fuck are you? You're not Atari. And now Xbox is one of the biggest fucking companies. Man, I am not supposed to be in charge of financial advice. That's what I'll tell you. If that's anything to be
He
sure.
asks me.
We know which one's not the brains. But I'm excited for this, man. A Halo series. And it looks like, I mean, just from the suit, you can't tell. But there is an attention to detail to it in this trailer. They're looking at different
fact
things.
that they
He's a
got the
soldier. He has
soundtrack
scars.
and
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly hope that they bring back Marty for the soundtrack and get some new.
And Doc.
Oh,
And
yeah.
a fucking DeLorean.
This is heavy.
An Einstein.
Marty
So-
O'Donnell is
Yeah.
was the original composer for the Halo soundtrack. So I know him and Bungie had a falling out
Okay.
because apparently everything that Marty created for under Bungie came into question of whose ownership it is.
Well, there's a lot of people
So-
walking out in the game industry right now. One, I forget, it was one of the CEOs. News came out on him.
Yeah,
Blizzard,
Yeah,
yes.
Blizzard.
Well, of course it was fucking Blizzard. Activision,
but it was a first
Blizzard.
female co-lead too,
Well,
co-head. Yeah,
you know, we don't really try to highlight that bad shit, but there's a lot of fuckery going on in the
Well, I
gaming
mean,
industry.
but should it be highlighted though? Like, you know, I mean, we try to build people up and not come down on the industry, but at a certain point,
There is
also need to
accountability.
yeah, we need to highlight the accountability or the lack thereof. We're not saying like, they should be absolved from what they've done, because no one, if you're a shitty human being, you should not be absolved from what you do.
Look,
You
man, when people
should repent, damn it.
when people in a Chinese sweatshop say, "Damn, man, calm
That's
down,"
pretty-
I think
that's
it's
pretty
time to
bad.
say, "Hey, dude, maybe we should look over there and see what's going on. Why are these people being treated like that?"
And that's why you have more independent, creators, and they'll publish their own stuff. Yeah, they may not create like the big titles, but they're happy with their work because
You get people like Tyler, Kelly's buddy, making merchant, space merchant and shit. There's different avenues out there, and there's a lot of good companies. There's a lot of single man player games like Bright Memory, who is a one person wrecking machine that makes
Deadly
a
Still
fantastic
on
game.
Steam as well.
Yeah, I can't wait till that full game comes out, because I get it for free because I was early. I slipped in the early buy.
Yeah.
Early supporter. So we'll have to see if you're going to be a early supporter of Halo, and see if the 117 insignia gets your nerd boner just as hard as mine, because I can't wait for this. Spartan Commando, he was one of very few, and the games were just fucking legendary. Halo Combat Evolved will go down in history as one of the best games ever.
It's
made.
ironic that you're saying that, because it's now updating on my Xbox Series X. I'm literally looking at it right now.
Hello,
It's like
Google.
it's like, oh, you have 38 gigs to download. Here you go. It'll be done in 8 minutes.
I mean, life literally changed November 15th, 2021, when Halo Combat Evolved came out, because that fucking game was masterful.
Then what happened with that was, like, a year later, the online Xbox Live service debuted.
Dude, the first time I knew a guy, he was like, because the community was very involved. So everybody was monitoring everybody else. And if you had a person, he was like, "Oh no, I have an account."
Talk about accountability.
And
you
we
didn't have
plugged in.
12-year-olds telling
You plugged in the fucking phone line in the back, and you fucking went online. And dude, it was mind blowing. You're like, "Holy shit, I'm playing people from
was
where?"
the first game with that required high speed. It was the first game system that required high speed internet.
I remember sitting at it very vividly, like it's right now, sitting at a friend's house, and everybody's sitting around playing Halo online. And I was like, "Oh my God, this is the fucking future."
Yeah, that was Halo 2. Halo 2.
Mm-hmm. Like,
That
this
was
franchise
with
was
the
fucking
Arbiter.
amazing. And it was just, but this kid, he was on original Xbox. And it was when the online was there, and I was at his house. Oh my God, what the fuck is this?
I remember playing Unreal Championship for Xbox. I remember playing that in Capcom versus SNK 2. That was amazing.
Yeah. I mean, and now there's literally stadiums devoted to like esports, but these are where it came from.
Xfinity is building an esports arena by the Xfinity Live Center.
Wow. I would love to host. Hi. But Halo was one of those
We'll get
series.
there.
It was really fucking legendary, because you really got a chance to see, like, with the evolution of it. Halo 2 ended horribly, but then you got Halo 3. When that dropped, people were fucking crazy about it, and all the
Halo
Halos
2
had
was
their
reminiscent
charm.
to Empire Strikes
Even
Back.
Halo 12. Master Chief works at Burger King. Best burgers around.
I need a spatula.
Would you like fries with that?
That would be very weird. Cortana's handling the orders, because of course she would.
Only on drive-through.
Yeah.
Master Chief, you cannot put plasma grenades in people that tell you to fuck off.
Damn. That business got
you.
closed quicker than the Hairy Donut. I'll tell you that.
No, then it became KFC because popcorn chicken.
Wow. That was explosive. A lot like this next story. Because it's exclusive.
Yeah.
No. PlayStation can't see. Because Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be Xbox and PC Master Race exclusives. Yeah, man. So ever since Microsoft's acquisition of ZeniMax or ZenimaX Media.
ZeniMax.
No,
ZeniMax.
No. Have you played the games? No, we added when they
We add an extra
we
letter.
add a few extra letters.
Yeah, ZenimaX.
Ding dong.
Yeah. So
I iron out some of those bugs, and I'll iron out some of the bugs in the name.
but we see ZenimaX getting acquired by Microsoft, and of course, the big question with Elder Scrolls 6 will be: is it going to be on
I think
PlayStation
we have the
5?
podcast title. It is Master Chief's Friday's next ZeniMax.
We'll work on it. Starfield will be an exclusive to Xbox, so of course. We're just going right along the Bethesda line. Of course, they're going to be Xbox exclusive, and PC Master Race, it's right there. I'm fine. That's why I don't buy an Xbox console. I have access to it. I'm good. It comes to PC. Everything comes to PC eventually. You know what I mean? It's like that floating plastic garbage dump in the middle of the Pacific. It comes there eventually. Just give it time. Not to get all, David Attenborough and make it seem like it's your fault.
Damn it!
I'm not saying you threw the plastic bottle over there.
Personally.
We're on the Atlantic.
That's enough, David. I think I'm
Yeah.
going to shut this off now. I don't need to be guilted. I'm just trying to have a cup of coffee, man.
But, I mean, I am a little bit disappointed that they're keeping this exclusive and it's not going to
No, they'll probably
PlayStation
just put it
because I
as a
have a
timed
PlayStation
exclusive.
over there. It will be, yeah, most likely. They make it, they stress the point to make you buy it on that console. It will, like everything, it will eventually get over there. But it's Elder Scrolls. You already waited 25 fucking years for this game. What's a little bit more time if you don't want to buy that particular console or PC?
And it's not coming out till
Speaking
2024.
of Elder Scrolls,
So.
you know what became a free update for PlayStation and Xbox?
Skyrim for your TV
Yes.
and fridge and
Yes.
Don't
microwave.
forget Alexa, play Skyrim. Hey Google, play Skyrim. Hey
Hey,
Fridge,
PlayStation
play
players, play Skyrim.
Oh, you're awake.
Cell phone, play Skyrim.
Yeah, we just set everybody's devices to just play Skyrim, and now everything is asking him if they're awake. So that was
And
that.
trying to dodge the
Wait.
glitch bees.
Now, obviously, Big Brother, you're a big Elder Scrolls fan.
Yeah.
I know you're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Where do you have a preference on what land you want, or like age
No, they're
that you
gonna-
want this in?
No, they're going to do it a couple hundred years after the last one, like they always do.
Okay.
And it's going to be High Rock and Hammerfell. But they might do Hammerfell. This just looks like High Rock.
Maybe getting orcs in there.
Orcs that well in the online they live there, which doesn't say
Because
anything.
you tell me all these stories about the orcs lines.
But they did live in Orsinium, but it's been destroyed a few times because they're orcs.
So they're not going to be coming back then.
They will.
Or
they're
shitty
orcs.
people.
They're not going anywhere. But
Okay.
who knows what they're going to do? So
Okay. I mean, I would like to see Hammerfell as well, but they're also filling out that ESO map.
I do like. They are kind of filling that out, which is kind of nice. You always got that. If you want to walk from one continent to another, I suppose it's possible.
But that's great in a game. Like
Yeah.
you're actually sticking to it, Anthem, and giving us what you said you were going to do, Anthem. I'm not pointing out anybody in particular.
Yeah, like the
Anthem.
Elder Scrolls Online started as complete shit, but it's actually rather nice now.
Yeah.
Now
awesome.
that you don't have to pay a subscription and they have quality stories.
They
You
just
do
have
get
that
a lot
fucking
of- a
store
lot of
that make you
backstories.
check.
Yep.
You didn't check our store. You didn't look at all the stuff you could buy.
Yeah, that's all right. I just want the main stories and the free stuff.
God, be like walking into like a fucking doctor's office and you got to look at all his teeth or, all his fucking dental merchandise right in the front.
Yeah, well, The Elder Scrolls, they are going to have sword singer abilities, whatever the hell they are. I guess it's going to be like their version of Dragon Shouts, which I hope is way better than that. Because I've just been playing that for 20 years.
Spirit fingers.
Yeah. Oh, holy crap.
Jazz hands.
Elder Scrolls 6, Jazz Hands.
Damn it, boy, we're bards. We do jazz hands.
Dun, dun, dun.
Bards do jazz hands might be the part of the title.
Elder Scrolls meets Pitch Perfect.
Man, that's when you get, if you got like a good mic, that's when you get like the sing, you can add in a little different mini game in there.
Well, that was the whole concept of Hey You Pikachu. They came with the little mic on the controller.
So, of course, PC players may not
It
have
just
a
kept on
single
saying
ounce
Pika
of
Pika
Fred.
to me. I just told it to fuck off.
But Microsoft will, of course, be releasing this on PC. Probably about like a day afterwards. That's about what they're average for, so you won't have to
Sometimes
wait.
they make you wait a couple months.
Yeah.
They'll probably make you wait 2-3 months.
Yeah. But it's it's Elder Scrolls. It's going to be everywhere. I guarantee you, in another decade, it's be like, damn.
Meanwhile, everybody else is
I
playing
keep
it
getting
and
this
having
fucking
fun with
Elder
it.
Scrolls 6 spam, man. What the fuck? It keeps popping up in my iFeed. We'll all be hooked up to Neuralink by then. I'll give it 10 years.
And then we can play Elder Scrolls 6 in our sleep.
I tell you what else blew up? It's this next story. Because the Switch was the best-selling console of October in the U.S. And
Oh, I wonder why.
we think there may be a certain person involved in it, maybe a little Samus Aran. In a rare moment of financial openness, if you will, Nintendo has released some of the official numbers regarding its October sales of Switch consoles, Metroid Dread, and more. In an interview with Washington Post, Nintendo of American president Doug Bowser, no relation to the other Bowser, revealed that the company sold 711,000 Switch consoles in the U.S. in October.
So we had two things that happened in October. One,
Halloween.
Metroid Dread.
Oh, right.
And then the
Metroid.
other, OLED Switch.
Yeah.
And regardless of us reporting and saying that
They didn't need us
No.
to. Nintendo is like Tesla.
Nintendo doesn't
you
need us
don't
to report on
need
it, but like the
to
fact that-
advertise.
the fact that there was no need for anybody to upgrade their Switch to play this game, but people upgraded their Switch to play this game.
It's almost like Atari. Like you go to your grandmother's house back in the day. The Atari's in the basement, and you'd go down and you play fucking Atari. I guarantee you go to your grandma's house, she got a fucking Switch. Who doesn't have one at this point? I have one. I don't even play the goddamn
You don't
thing.
use it.
I will.
They'll release a Zelda game eventually.
Yeah, the next Zelda, and then I'll buy Metroid at the same time because it'll probably be on sale at that point by the time Breath of the Wild 2 comes out, and then I'll play it again. But yeah,
Just give me
I
your
only
account.
have that for Zelda. That's the only reason. But a lot more people are going to get the chance to play it because I do like the Switch. When he had the nose thing, and I had to sit in the hospital for the day with him, and I just had to switch there, and I was playing Pokemon all day. I did not have a problem. You know, sitting in a doctor's office for you fucking youngins that are watching, it used to suck. You used to just have whatever magazines, things that other people touched. In this day and age, that's a fuck. What? You had to touch what? Fuck Bob. That guy doesn't wash his hands. I'm not touching that. People are very touchy about what they touch.
Yeah, pretty much.
But they did touch this Nintendo Switch. Bowser says 314,000 of them were the recent OLED model. He also revealed that many of the Switch units sold were bought by people that already owned one, and they were upgrading to the OLED or buying another one for someone else. It is the holiday season. On the Metroid Dread front, 800 154,000 copies were sold in October, and Bowser says this is the best Metroid launch in series history, which is great. That I do intend on buying Metroid Dread because I love that Metroid series and I love how it looks and that they took it platformer and all that. I'm definitely going to go through that.
I'm glad that, I mean, no offense to the Prime series,
Yeah.
but Fusion, Game Boy Advance,
Fuck, that was a perfect game.
that, and this is a continuation of that, but like same gameplay style,
Mhm.
same mechanics. You know, you feel like you picked up right where you left off. It is amazing.
Dude, it's just so good.
Highly recommend.
It's just so good. That's
I was
the
actually
great
playing
part
it
about
yesterday. It's awesome.
I loved Fusion, and I'm definitely going to pick this up. I love Metroid as a series, and it was just always fun. You find these little things to where you know you're in a room and you just hit the fire button by accident, and a block disappears, and you're like, oh my god, what? Now you're
Same
shooting
mechanics.
at fucking everything the entire goddamn time. And you're like, I just gotta be sure. And there's just that addictiveness to Metroid. I don't know. Something about it just smacks that vein for me. It's right in that
Metroid
vein.
and Castlevania, they got those two.
And
those two
apparently I'm not
platforms,
alone
yeah.
because record launch for Metroid, I can only imagine even Nintendo's like, yeah, we're doing another one.
Yeah, it'll probably be on the next Switch console, but yeah, we're doing another one.
Oh, yeah, Nintendo Switch, I don't know, fuck it. Sniff this console and it's with you the rest of your life like an STD.
Well, if you look at Metroid as a series, like Metroid 1 and 2 were on the Nintendo. Super Metroid was on Super Nintendo, of course, because of Super.
Yeah.
And then after that, it went kind of bye-bye for a little bit. It wasn't on N64 at all.
No,
It
but then you
skipped
got
N64.
Fusion, but after that, they also released the Nintendo versions on the Game Boy, and that's where I picked up those.
Yeah, but like they were just essentially just an emulator on the Game Boy.
Yeah, but that was the
So-
first emulator I ever played. Probably one of the last ones too, if I'm being honest.
But I mean, then and a sleeper hit for me was like Metroid Pinball on the Nintendo DS, the first one that was pretty good. Yeah, I still play that from time to time. But like in true Metroid fashion, it was just the Prime series,
Mm-hmm.
and in between Metroid Prime 1 and 2 was Fusion,
Yeah, they haven't
that
touched
just-
it. They haven't touched it in a while.
and then after that, the Prime series, like Echoes, was the last one on the GameCube, and that got re-released on the 2DS, 3DS when when the larger DS models came out.
Yeah.
It got released on that. But yeah, it was Game Boy Advance was the Metroid Fusion on Game Boy Advance was the critically acclaimed one that they used. And then Dread is just following in that vein. You okay there, brother?
I got something in my eye. No, I love the Metroid
You don't need your
series.
eyes to talk.
I know. I'm just so moved by your words. Words he's never heard for 1,000, Alex. No, but I do love the series, but it also got me thinking of something Big Brother mentioned to me a while ago.
I'll take words that my wife never says, but for 300.
Big Brother he likes to pop questions on me literally randomly. So one that stuck in my mind. If you were going on a long space trip
Oh, yeah. This
and you could only bring one game with you, what would it be?
Oh, that's a tough one.
It is.
has to be out now.
Out now? I mean,
Out
out
now.
now is a very loose term because, I mean, you're talking to someone that has all the emulators on his computer.
No, one game.
One.
You may have one. It's not like I want Elder Scrolls 6, but you can send it to me because I'll be in outer space.
Yeah. It has to be
No.
available now
Yeah, because you're leaving like now.
on a jet plane.
So you can take it.
Don't know
and
when
go.
I'll be back again.
Whatever
Wow, that song
means
really
you need.
fits.
And you will not have the internet, by the way.
Yeah,
All right,
no
so-
linking
so-
on there's no there's no boosters in space yet. Those signal amplifiers. So you're kind of fucked in that aspect.
So one game, and that I know will occupy my time every time is Final Fantasy VII.
okay.
Regardless of how many times I complete it, just the sheer amount of hours to 100% that game will keep me occupied every time.
Okay.
And that's just from the just occupying the brain kind of thing. Because
Yeah.
there's so many things to do.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to spit off a couple. I can't fucking pick just one. I mean, my first go-to would be one of like the immediate legendary editions in my mind, Mass Effect, which I have a
Yes.
huge love for. I would bring them because that is one game, Mass Effect Legendary Edition,
Yep.
but it's 3. And I have, if I'm on a space, like
well, I mean,
adventure.
now it's going to be coming out soon. It's the Grand Theft Auto Remaster Collection
Soon, but
soon.
Yeah, but then, I mean, because that was my first one. I was like, I would fucking the remastered edition of all the Grand Theft Autos. I would not ever not
You have
want
the
to play
Super
those.
Mario All-Star Collection as well.
That's
with,
true.
On Switch as well.
I mean, yeah, because the fucking damn Mario. Yeah, No, I gotta stick with the I mean, Mass Effect in space would kind of be like, I'm in space, yeah. But I would really want Grand Theft Auto.
space game.
Yeah, I would want that. I want that Grand Theft Auto fucking, remastered with trilogy with all of them. That would be the perfect one. Because those 3
you could do
games
Grand
were
Theft Auto 4.
masterpieces.
something like Elite Dangerous that I have a single player mode. And you got
They have a single player mode of the Elite
a
Dangerous.
massive universe for you to explore. I mean, I know you're sort of doing a space adventure in this.
That's where I
theoretical
was kind of
adventure.
getting with Mass Effect. Like,
So,
I'm in space,
I
but I'm playing
might
a space
wanna
game.
Play a space adventure, or what was that farming game that people always play? Because you're gonna want to be like on Earth.
Oh, Stardew Valley?
Stardew Valley,
there
yeah.
you go. Bring some Stardew Valley with you.
I thought you'd pick something like Stardew Valley, because then that's just kind of like, all right, this
'Cause
is
you're
mindless.
not
I'm
in
in space. It's passing time.
Yeah, but
and
why
it's
would I
always
want to be
evolving.
reminded of Earth?
Why do you want to be reminded of space?
I mean,
Or would you like Skyrim? Because you could see like grass and trees and instead of blackness.
all right, now to define
The
this,
same room for days and
like specify it a
days
bit.
and
What
days.
are like? Would you take what Elder Scrolls game would you take?
It would have to be Skyrim, I guess, but because it's really the only one. Because I couldn't take
I would do
Elder Scrolls
Oblivion.
Online because it's online.
No,
and I'm
but
gonna
you
be
could
like,
have like Oblivion.
Well, I mean, so let's preface this. You could still do ESO if you had a private server. It's not the internet. You're just
Well, that's what I
standing
thought.
there.
You
You're
know
going to
what?
space, man. You could have a
'Cause then-
private server for ESO or like a
I'd love it.
fucking internet game that you do love. Like I would love to have Knights of the Old Republic to have that
Yeah.
MMO. I would be perfectly fine. Like,
Same here.
give me give me the Old Republic on a private server. I will
Yeah,
fucking
because
dominate that shit.
You have
the
to
whole.
think that.
Hey, can we have another round around Mars? I'm not done yet.
Oh, you have to think like you're having a private server with the other people that you're doing the journey with. So
Yeah,
of course they're going to want to play with you.
yeah.
well,
you
in
know?
theory.
In theory, but then those other people that you're going with, they would have their game. So then you have that intermix. Like, what did you pick? Well, I have the Old Republic, and it is amazing. Especially if it was like a shared network, like, hey, each of you get one game. We got this little game thing, and all of you can link up. Then you could have like fucking multiplayers in there, like the shooters and stuff. And at least one person would have like one of the Call of Duties or something. So you're in space. You'd have that kind of, different mix of shit. Like,
I'm
I'm
going
gonna hop on to Chris's
that was in space.
choice.
Shut up.
I don't know. I'm gonna hop on Chris's choice today. Like, fuck it. Big brother got that ESO. I'll hop over to ESO real quick. go into my character. That would having that community of just like, oh, I'm gonna go into that guy's game and that guy's game. That's an interesting fucking premise because that makes like another level of like you couldn't have like two people then being like injustice.
And this is how the holodeck was created.
Yeah, man. Because you remember the one episode we just watched? It was the one Klingon lady, and she was just like, "Oh, Worf's training program. Let's see what this is like." So I'd be able to go into like, "Oh, old man's got Last of Us. All right, let me hop in there." I honestly thought you would say Last of Us.
No, because it's too short of a game for me.
All right, fair enough. Yeah,
It's too short. Like unless you play on grounded mode, which I would never wish that on anybody. But like grounded mode, you have to be like you're resource starved. You die in 2 shots or one bite of the clicker. Like it's hard, insanely hard. Like anxiety, like driven hard.
Now, what's that's an interesting point. What's the worst game that you would honestly like? You'd still play, but you'd be like, "Fuck! God damn it! This is all they have."
Well, you said you would still play. so
Whatever
that would not
game
be-
you bring, eventually you're gonna get bored with it. You're gonna have to put it.
If it's the
down.
only
that's why-
game you have to play, yeah.
yeah,
At a
You
certain
get
point,
one.
That's why you do. That's why you like you bring games that have games inside the game. Like Final Fantasy VII has a chocobo racing thing that you can play, and
Yeah.
you can still play that to this day.
Yeah, the Chocobo Racing. Or like, what was it? Grand Theft Auto was very popular for that, especially like in San Andreas. They had certain games on the TV. There was like Space Invaders and shit like that. So that is that's a nice loophole because then you get like a couple games. That's
And they
like the
had,
fucking remastered loophole.
San Andreas, you had gambling.
Uh-huh.
So if you wanted like a gambling game,
Yeah.
you could just go there.
You know, I'm going to
There
go to
was
the fucking
racing.
casinos and play blackjack or have racing.
There's racing. There's shooting. You do the missions and just shoot.
Well, if you did Grand Theft Auto, you would have the Grand Theft Auto online with your private server,
With you,
and then you
the
have
other
your own little
4
e-commerce
people
in there.
on the
Yeah.
You'd be like, "Hey, I'll give you this if you give me some food." You know,
Uh-huh.
blah blah blah. You know,
Yeah.
and then you'd be trading.
You're
virtual
talking about
currency
jail.
for
but
actual
that
real life.
Grand Theft
No, you're talking
Auto
about jail
was-
hustle, jail economics. That's what
Yeah,
you're talking
yeah.
about. You're talking about jailhouse economics. I know that when I hear it.
No, that's what you call cryptocurrencies and
But I think we got a lot of solid choices here for our picks here, man, because we started off the podcast rather quiet, but we ended off in a roar. Thanks to Matthew Kennedy. And thank you to Kelly Collins, Mark Gervais,
enjoy
and
your
Moy
day at work
Robinson.
there, Mr. Kennedy.
Yeah, man. We always appreciate Matt Kennedy, our brother over at the BOP, Black Opinionated Podcast. Check him out, Spotify.fm / AKA the BOP. I think that sounds right. Just Google search him. You'll find him. He's a great guy.
It can hit the bottom.
And you'll also want to check us out at the podcast, Podcasters for Cancer event, December 4th. We're going to be out there doing our Perjanger thing. We will see how Perjangery we get there. It's definitely going to be Perjanging. You know,
That's all we can do is projang. Keep on projanging.
You can't help it. You just projang on over there and grab your tickets and help Jake Long battling cancer, and we're going to podcast to help. And we definitely want all the donations and all the help over there. We thank Jesse Bell, our good friend over at Old City Sports Network. And we want you to hop on over to Perjangers and Wallhangers Media Network, our main page, which is pjandwh.com, where you're going to find all of our crazy, luggy, and nuttiness. And, of course, we end off this podcast the same way with a long, drawn-out goodbye. And, of course, I am your host, Matthew Bucarell, the Madman. To my left in the Perjanger box is Christopher Bristow, the old man. We have our producer, big brother, Stephen Bucarell, and our mascot, hero of time, Link Diablo. We want you to obviously check us out next week because we love you. We miss you. And until next time, game on, Walljangers! Bye-bye!